So,
Hey family,
hello.
welcome back to another episode of Forever Together with
The Ekimas. If you've not subscribed, like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend that the Ekimas are back in the building.
Okay,
Ekima
guys.
Emmanuel is my name.
Daphne Ekima is my name, and together we are
The Ekimas. Please.
I think we've done well with that.
You know the hashtag.
So
guys, today we're discussing a very uncomfortable topic.
sensitive
and
as
comfortable,
always.
and we encourage all married people to have this conversation, because the moment you have this conversation, you are about to experience fireworks in your bedroom. And fireworks, I mean not only for the man but also
Woo!
for the women. So if I talk about fire, you know what what the vibes are.
Yeah, guys, so today we are discussing all things sexual satisfaction, to be specific, foreplay, orgasms, and how the two have a role to play in each other's lives. So we did a Q&A on Instagram and asking you guys to ask us anything related to sex, and boy oh boy, the DMs were crazy. They were interesting questions, and we decided that we cannot discuss all the questions in one video. Some of them covered pulling the labia, how does it help with sexual satisfaction, can all women squirt, questions to do with the G-spot, questions to do with where your spouse does not have the same sexual urge as yours. All those questions we're going to unpack, but in this video specifically we'll be discussing the role of foreplay and how that can help bridge the orgasm gap. Do you know what the orgasm gap is? The orgasm gap, it has been found that men, a certain percentage of men, about 95% of men can reach orgasm. I even thought it was 100%. While for the women, it's like 60% or 50%.
Is high. It's around 30.
Guys, let us know what you think. The men only, and the women as well, tell us.
So guys,
yes, so that orgasm gap is that difference between the percentage of men. As you can tell, it's so high. So how do we bridge that gap to ensure that all of us are enjoying this thing? Yeah. So let's get right into it.
Christ in the center. Welcome to forever. This is our perfect synchrony, like leather and feathers. No matter the weather, we can storm the umbrellas. Take a stroll in my heart. Let's take this further when I'm beside you, baby. See my stakes get better. Let me bet it all. Destiny vendettas. Rosy day emotional description of this love. I am yours, you are mine. The only thing that matters now. We are the Ekimas.
Okay, so guys, first of all, have you seen how smart my husband is? He's dressed to kill, literally. But yeah, so let's discuss. You're welcome. So yeah, let's discuss this whole thing called orgasms. And I'm going to ask baby first, do you think men and women, their understanding of foreplay is the same? What does foreplay look like to you?
Well,
or to the men? You can speak for yourself.
Well, as
and
you
the men
already
as well.
stated, baby, the statistics are clear. Over 98% of men achieve orgasm, and then statistics vary. 40 to 30 to 50 to 60 of women achieve orgasm. So, what is foreplay like for men? You see, we specifically, let me speak for myself and also for majority. Foreplay for men is a bit tricky, because we are this stand on instantly.
Oh, there's no such thing as foreplay for men.
But you don't need too much to press the button for foreplay for men. So wherever switched on, wherever ready, you just need to touch 1-2 spots and
you're ready.
but also so women, we don't have that long, which is different from you ladies. When it comes to women, your foreplay is something that takes preparation. It's a preparation. First of all, it will start in the moods you're in. It will start how you are. So you can take a full day to prepare a woman.
Yeah.
Before even you reach the act, the physical act of now, maybe say doing this and all that. So it is a real preparation for when it comes to women. Whereas for us men, we're ever ready, switched on, guns blazing. You tap and we jump.
But just to ask, specifics. There's a woman out there who is seated and watching and waiting to get answers. And she's saying, yes, it's easy. But what are those things you as you which you can say, okay, it might not be you, but any man. I know for the women, like you've said, it's, days, a day in advance. But for the men, let's say it's in that moment. What are those things? Okay, yes, you're already turned. But what are those things that can get men to say, damn?
So,
Is it the appearance? Is it the clothing? Is it like,
all,
is
it's
that?
a remix. First of all, for us, the state of mind of a man is ever ready. And I've told, as I've already stated, that we are ever ready. But now the things that also
that can
spice it up in case the mood is not there. So you see, you see the way we're dressed here. I'll give an example. If we go to the bedroom, I'll know that it's time to get it on. We've talked about it. From the way you organize, you get the room very organized. The ambience, so the environment. Then what you dress, it's also important. But if you want to get him also to get turned on, you dress in a bit a nice dress, which is not these long things.
Dress.
Okay, dress or nighty or whichever.
I don't know if this reflects well on me.
Okay, I'm just giving.
Yeah,
but okay,
lingerie maybe. That's what you mean by it.
Yeah. So you must dress in those things that by mere glance, because for us our eyes, once they see.
Yeah, your visual.
Yeah, the mood is connected quickly. So I think those are some of the things to spice up when it comes to a man, for a lady. But I feel that ladies do it more for men. Actually, I think that's why you see statistics. Ladies do it a lot for men. But the question is, do the men do it for the ladies?
The getting them ready.
Ready.
So maybe before you go into that, let me first explain what foreplay is for me. Like you've rightly put it, it takes preparation. And I must state this, I think for so long there's a generalization that all women are not ready for sex or they're not interested in sex. That's not true. There's a good percentage that is actually always tuned in. So you don't require to prepare them the whole day to what. But the biggest percentage of women, foreplay is not just even physical. Sometimes foreplay is, it's like even just your husband helping you with the kids. That alone can work as foreplay. Your husband doing the chores, that can be a form of foreplay for some. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. I have something. Okay, yes, much as that, because I think I've seen it, but I think I believe that is also manipulation.
Manipulation.
Women are trying to manipulate men to get it.
Really,
although much as also,
let us know in the comment section if you think it's not a real thing.
I feel like it's also manipulative.
So you're saying that it's not real, but women use it to get, or they?
No,
or it's
sometimes.
Real, but it's
what is real is that women, of course, there's a stress load, like the mental load. Women run around.
Yeah.
That running around, do this, the kids, what, and sex is it's not a bit, it's mental.
Yeah.
So you need somebody to be in that mental state that you know what today it's getting down. So yes, I understand much as we need to help out with that chore thing, because there are people who propagate that yes, if you help up in chores, I don't know, for you.
Also, you're saying that women use it as a weapon, as if.
Yes.
That's true. Yes. And on that I think.
So you find that on the other side.
When you don't help with the chores, then they withhold on this end.
Yes.
Women, what do you feel about that?
Please comment.
Maybe they have a defense to say, because that's the only time we can get you.
But yet I also agree with them. Somehow, partially. That's why I've said it's a 50-50 for me. Because also, what makes us ever turned on or ever switched on is the fact that our minds, once we come home, our minds are switched to one thing.
Yeah.
Like we don't have what's going on, what's happening. So if I've switched my mind that it's sex, then it's on. Whereas for you will find, much as yes, your mind is switched on to that, you're minding about the kids.
Yeah, there's other things. So
yes.
If you can help me with that, then you get some. I think that's the notion. No, it's not that you must do this for this, but it's just normal that if I have other stressors and you take them away from me, then if someone wants to even have an excuse, they have no excuse. Let me put it that way. But I was talking about foreplay for the women, and I was saying that, so it's that, there's that fact. There are women who look at men and they're like, he just helped with that. And by the way, it's real. Like for me, I think some of the things that I have found very sexy and I'm like, ugh, it's when let's say like randomly you're so thoughtful, out of the blue, which you always are, you're a very thoughtful person, but like out of the blue, you just do something that I would not expect you to do, or that, you know, it's out of the ordinary. For me, that now just stands me on. I know it's weird. Now for the men, some men it might not work like that. So that's why some women you find that certain acts, it's her love language, words of affirmation, or non-sexual touches can make her want to get in the mood for the act. So what we're saying is that for the women, you need to prepare her. You can't be abusive, or not even just abusive, but you're detached and then in the evening you want sex. That is going to affect her performance, if at all she even allows to perform. So men have to prepare well. We're saying that there are women who don't require preparation. Honestly, I think I'm one of those women. I don't know if you I don't watch you. But I do not need a full day's I personally do not need that. So some women can without having to go through that, but you can achieve much more if you put in that. I don't know if you get what I mean.
No,
so
yeah,
even for the women who are already like ticked, if you do, then there will even be more. So we cannot underestimate the importance of foreplay.
I think one thing we should also stress out is that growing up, I think the setting, you find that sex is looked at, women normally look at sex as an obligation to the man, that I must give it to the man.
Yes, someone recently commented in the comment
whenever
section
he wants
that
it, I must give him whether,
every hour when. And I'm like, what are you giving? Are you giving? Is it a giving or you're receiving? That such statement.
So you find that
obligation sex.
Yes. So it's a routine kind of. It's like women have programmed it, and through various seminars wherever you go, they say,
give him
if he wants. Don't give him. If you don't give him, he's going to go anywhere. But
yeah,
there's a reason why they, what are you giving? Sex is supposed to be enjoyed by two parties. Two people must. 100%. Yes, two people must enjoy sex mutually, with intimacy, with love. Two people. It's two people, because God created sex for two people, and for the married people. By the way, if you're not married, this video may not be for you. It may be good for you to just prepare yourself, but mainly we're speaking about married people. So because that's the design of God when it comes to sex. So sex was created for both parties to enjoy, not only one party. But the society, the world we live in now, has made women believe that it's their obligation to.
So maybe let's dive into that. What are those things that you think have made? Because for me, I think it's not just society. I think it's society. There's talks and what those things, but also I think when over time a man is not meeting your needs as a woman, maybe they're not available emotionally, they're detached, and they only avail themselves when it's time for sex. Do you know what is going to happen? Either a woman will decide to not have sex at all, or when they do, they will do it out of duty. I mean, I've seen these things being talked about, even in Christian circles, like church circles, they're like, you don't have to feel like all the time, sometimes you just have to give. But I think what we need to navigate is, why doesn't she feel like?
Yeah, that's the most important.
For me, that's what I think. Why is it that she doesn't feel like? I think the conversation should shift from, even if you don't feel like, just give. What? First of all, it's not giving. You are also receiving. That statement alone is just speaks a lot to how wrong perceptions about sex are. Just give even when, like, I don't know, I get irritated every time I hear a statement. I know it comes from a good place to encourage sex in relationships, but the moment someone says just give even when you, can we talk about why? Why is it that someone does not look forward to it? Why So maybe we need to discuss that. Why do you think that women cringe at the thought of sex?
I think
Or
I've
they
said,
don't look forward to
I
it.
think
Apart
I've-
from culture and what else did I talk about?
I think I've also already hinted on culture, and it comes to duty and obligation, and so preparation. We have talked about for play. Many men don't like. We rush into it. We rush
That's
into it.
true.
We rush into it. We're not thinking about the other party, and that goes to the next point, which I think why we rush into it, and you look at also the timing. You find that a man wants, yes, a woman will give in, and well, once the guy is done, and that's why the statistics are high. He's done. He's done.
After.
Guys, yeah, after the sex, yeah. Once the guy comes, for him, he's done.
Yeah.
Because one, you find that you're having sex because you're really tired. Most people have sex at night. The next day you have to work. You are tired. So the next thing after sex,
Most
even
men
us.
sleep. You sleep after sex?
No, of course I don't. You sleep.
You don't do after sex?
No, I'm saying
You're saying
you not get that after sex you sleep. Like it's the general rule. Like after,
Yeah.
because it's night, even you sleep. But the question is that I have come, you have not come.
oh, okay.
You see, that's where the difference is. That
So what is supposed to be done?
you find that you are done, I'm done, you are not done. The woman is not done. So that's where the challenge is. So day in, day out, it becomes a routine. It's only for this guy. So it's more of a selfish thing. So you find that your sexual needs as a woman are not being met.
Yeah.
And yet God designed this thing that they say ladies first. We normally use it,
But
we,
first, wait, before you move on to that, what would you advise there? What should happen after?
yeah, that yet God designed it. We normally say this thing that ladies first, ladies first. Ladies first. Once, because if you look at science, the way, not even science, the way God created us
Yeah.
is that a man, me, I can come and I'm done. Like to be switched on again, to take time. Whereas a woman, you can come and still be switched on. I don't know if you're ever switched on to go for
Continue.
another, to continue. Whereas for a man, once you're
You need
done,
time to recharge for the
you
second
need to
round.
recharge, man. The battery is down, so you can't go in for another. So it takes a bit of time, which is natural. It's God's creation. So if we understand that, we need to first meet their needs. So that's why I'm saying that first meet their needs by making sure that before even you come, actually come. And how you're going to do that is when you're going to do a lot of foreplay, get to know her body, get to discover what is that point that you touch and you trickle her and let it be, have enough foreplay. Start the preparation, and that's why I say, I'll give an example for my wife. If I'll even start in the morning, I'll be like, a message today.
Yeah.
So by the time we reach to the real thing, we are all charged up.
That's true.
So that's another way. So it's better for the men to stop being selfish and if you make her come, guy, hey, you make her come. Next time she'll also look forward to
Exactly. Thank
meeting
you.
your needs.
That's true. I like
To be
that.
like, today we are going to get down. So it's
Yeah.
important that we serve them first. Once they are done, then for us because once for you are done, it takes time to recharge, as I've already said. So what I can say is that for ladies, sex is the icing on the cake. Whereas for us,
It's the
sex
cake.
is the cake and the icing itself.
But what you mentioned,
Yeah.
again, I feel like you didn't explain well that part. Yes, so that is the during, that she's able to arrive before you and then you arrive. So what happens after the sex? Because there's also that. Even when she has arrived, men sleep off. Women at that point also need a bit of cuddling, a bit. For the men, when they've arrived, it's game over, bye. But there's that need for, I don't know if that's the point
But
you're trying to get.
no, my
but
point
even
is
when,
my
your
point
point
was
when you've arrived
my
and
point
the other
is
person
that
has not arrived.
the other person, the man has finished,
Ah.
is done, he has come, and the woman has not come. Because I think the after really, it may depend. You of course scheduling many, but the most important part is the coming.
Even the
Because-
after is important.
Yeah, much as
Ladies,
it's important,
let us know in
it
the
is not
comments.
very important because the truth is, we are having this conversation and we know it deep down. Every person, every man, every woman knows it. And actually, the reason why I've decided to shoot this video is to start this conversation. And
Yeah.
then you ask the very important question that, what do you do? It's important for couples, married couples, to have a conversation, sexual conversations.
Yeah,
Talk
normalize
to your wife, normalize it. And I'm telling you the honest truth, baby. It happened to us when we started talking about it openly, that okay, this, that this sex, this one, this, things became normal.
Yeah.
We were working to improve. The problem we have, and that's why we're shooting this video, me and my wife, is that married people should normalize these conversations when it comes to sex. That if your man is not charged, is not satisfying you, how are you going to address it without touching his ego?
Yeah, is that even possible? Can we address the issue? Because women out there are just like, which man am I telling that? How? Under what like, So, you as you, before we go into another segment of this discussion, how can a woman bring it to you as a man? Or how would you advise a woman to have a conversation, especially with a man who has a sensitive ego? Well, some men would appreciate feedback. Do you think, first of all, do you think that there's those who would rather not have it? Okay, I'm going to ask you the question, but I want to just answer that part. Do you think there are men who would rather not know? Just briefly
Yes,
answer that.
some
way I
are
can
there,
ask.
some are there.
Okay, so
Some would want to know.
okay, so the question is, how should a woman package it? Or what do you think are those things? Which are those ways that make men not receive that information well?
When?
You might not give us how she should address it, but you can tell us what are those things that women might say that can just turn the tables around.
One is
Or what they should avoid.
one is that there are verbal and non-verbal communication
Yeah.
skills during the act. If he's
Lead the
touching,
person.
yes, lead him. My baby says a stein. Saying lead the person. So lead the person. If there are parts, because sometimes women, you touch everywhere, you touch here, you touch here.
They're just
You're on a
like
fishing expedition, you're just touching
trying
everywhere.
to figure out what could.
And now we don't know, but you know your body.
Yes.
You know that kind of thing that if your own. So lead him. If he starts here, lead him to there. Go down. Take him slowly. So I will say, please, it's very important. Yeah. Because I men think, of course there are places. Nipples are very important. That's others, maybe you people will have to pay.
But
okay, so get to those points. Get to know her body.
Uh-huh.
So you know your body as a woman. Lead him through that and have that. So that is one way that you are doing it and you're helping yourself. Number two, have conversations up. And how do you bring it up? Like, there are better ways of bringing it. Don't bring it in a negative. You can say, what great sex. I want us to try out something.
Also, offer suggestions. Not saying, you do this and I don't like it.
You see, the negativity, people are tired of negative things, let me tell you. And let me tell you, that is one thing that touches our ego to the core.
Yeah.
Because a man was, don't just fucking my wife. That
Yeah.
means I'm inadequate.
Yeah.
Those are things that we're going to think about. So make sure that
your delivery is
your
positive.
delivery is positive. That, baby, wow, the sex we had yesterday was nice. It's one we need to try
loved
out.
this and this.
I loved this.
I'm
Yes.
thinking next time we should try a bit of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you keep
Minimize the
leading,
negativity.
yes, minimize the negativity, so encourage. And then explore various styles that are there, my guys, that are there, there are many. You know the style that can work for you. Try out, explore, try out.
Yeah. And that leads us to another part of this segment on orgasms.
Yeah.
Who is responsible for the orgasms? So most times I feel like this discussion is achieving an orgasm. Who is responsible? Is it the man? Men are not doing this. Women are saying, men, you're not. The man is saying, but me, I want to get in. For me, I want to say that the women, we need to also own our orgasms. Put it that way.
Okay.
Own your orgasms and demand for your orgasm.
Okay.
Yes, own them. Own them. How? How do you own them? Know your body. Don't wait. Don't place a heavy burden of ABCD. You must figure me out and help me arrive.
That's
My
too much
dear,
matrix.
go in with that need. Refuse to end until you have received what you came for.
Don't do it forcefully. You piss the guy off.